There's a huge rumor that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Game Pass, and that rumor is picking up steam as editor of Windows Central Jez Corden has tweeted out that from what he's heard, he believes it's likely to be true. Now, this would be absolutely huge for Xbox, as it would give Xbox gamers subscribed to Game Pass access to literally hundreds of Ubisoft titles, including brand new titles like Watch Dogs, AC Valhalla, and Immortals Phoenix Rising. All new Ubisoft titles could also be available on day one to all Game Pass players, and this seriously could be earth-shattering for gaming. It could be earth-shattering for Xbox and the Game Pass subscription service. Before we continue and get into it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We're the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. We're dropping videos daily, and we've got an Xbox podcast that drops every single week. So Ubisoft Plus potentially coming to Game Pass is obviously big for Xbox and Game Pass. I think Xbox, being a first mover in the platform subscription-based model, is paying off. It's hard right now to see how another gaming subscription service will be able to compete against Game Pass, which brings up why EA and Ubisoft would be willing to join Game Pass with their subscription service. We know EA and EA Play, EA Access joined Game Pass this last month in December, which was huge news at the time, bringing lots of EA titles from their vault into Game Pass for everyone subscribed to that service to play. Now, in my mind, there are two possible thought processes here with Ubisoft and EA. There might be more, but for the purposes of this video, I want to focus on the two that I think are most likely. The first one is that EA and Ubisoft see this as a way to jumpstart their own subscription services. Now, I don't know how well their services have done. No doubt people have subscribed, but I don't think either has been hugely successful for them, and especially not in the way that Game Pass has been for Xbox. So perhaps both companies are looking at Game Pass as a way to get people in their subscription service over time. Maybe the thinking is that one day they leave Game Pass and a bunch of gamers come over and subscribe to their EA Play or Ubisoft Plus services that way. The second strategy, and in my mind the more likely one, is that Ubisoft and EA subscription services just aren't as successful as they want them to be. I think it's a hard sell to get a gamer to subscribe just to EA specific games and titles, or just to Ubisoft games, titles, and their library. I think a much easier sell is something like Game Pass, which has a variety of developers and publishers that you subscribe to and gain access to a wide breadth of games from all these different publishers. And so I think Ubisoft and EA must have some sort of deal with Microsoft and Game Pass that is obviously mutually beneficial and gains them a much larger player base playing their games, or gives them access to that player base to get them into their games. You then get to sell DLC. This is probably a lot closer to the player base that Ubisoft and EA had in mind when they launched their individual subscription services, which is the reason in my mind that this Ubisoft rumor is such a big deal. It illustrates the possibility that the future of gaming models will take massive publishers putting their games on platform subscription models like Game Pass. Similar to what Netflix did to the movie and television industry in completely shaking it up over about a 10-year period, it looks to me like Xbox and Game Pass could do the same thing here with gaming. And this Ubisoft rumor, if true, is huge and brings us one step closer to gaming as we know it changing forever. Now, again, this is just a rumor. There is no guarantee that it is indeed true. However, I think it would be huge. Ubisoft Plus, for those of you that don't know, is a $14.99 subscription service right now that Ubisoft has, where you do gain access to their library of games. It does give you access to day one copies of their games, like an ACL Valhalla when it dropped. It also gives you access to their back catalog of games, including a lot of PC-centric games that are out there that Ubisoft does really well, like the Anno series. Now, if this rumor is true and Ubisoft Plus is coming to Game Pass, there is no guarantee that it will take the same shape or form that Ubisoft Plus currently has, where you do get access to a brand new title, you get access to all of the DLC, etc., stuff like that. I do think it could be adjusted a little bit. Although, having said that, EA Play, EA Access was not really adjusted when it came to Game Pass. You basically got the full subscription abilities on Game Pass that you had with EA Access and EA Play. I think one of the appealing things here to both EA and Ubisoft in the whole Game Pass discussion is that Game Pass is not just on Xbox and Xbox consoles. Game Pass is on PC as well. There's Game Pass Ultimate. EA has not yet dropped that. That is dropping later this month, the PC version of it. But I think that is the benefit here. Ubisoft, when you look at a lot of the titles that they're pushing in their Ubisoft Plus program, a lot of them are PC-centric titles. They are PC games. And so I think that's a huge driver here in and EA coming to Game Pass is that they're not limited to just consoles. They've got the entire spectrum. They've got access to PC as well. And I think that's the beauty and genius that is Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. And it's why ultimately I do believe that Game Pass will succeed. I've said it before, I will say it again. I think the next 5 years, gaming is going to completely shift and change and look completely different in how we consume it and how the models work than it looked 5 years ago, or than it even looks from today. And I think this is a step one, if this rumor is true, and a lot of smart people in the know are saying it looks like this very well could be true. I think this is step one to that new future. But I want to know what you think. Do you think I'm overstating anything here? Do you think this Ubisoft rumor is true? If it is true, do you think it's as huge as I'm saying? And that's it for today's video, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video on social media and tell your friends about the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell and be notified whenever a new video drops. And when we stream our Xbox podcast live every single Friday, if you'd like to further support the channel, hit the join button and you will get access to exclusive emotes, channel badges, and additional content. Again, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Happy New Year. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.